Who is Johnny S? A Cornerstone icon? A personal friend? A servant to thousands? A sex symbol? Or just someone fun to have at parties? Join us as we discover through others just who Johnny S really is.
When I was contemplating what my next film should be about, I really didn't have any idea what it should be about. All I knew is that I really wanted it to touch everybody in a personal way. So I set out to write a script that would transcend all age and race. But after about 10 pages, I realized that perhaps a retelling of the plight of my prostate exam wouldn't exactly hold the mass appeal I was looking for. So then I thought, why write a script that would touch everybody when I can make a film about someone who's touched everybody in a personal way? And that's when I thought of John, because really I can't even look at the guy without thinking about the people he's touched, let alone me.
I first met John at Cornerstone 99. We were a fresh band, our CD wasn't coming out for 3 months. And it was evident that no one knew us because we weren't selling much merch. I walked around for 3 hours handing out flyers. And he comes up and he's like, well, I can help you out with your flyers. I needed a break, it's hot, everyone knows it's hot at Cornerstone. So I went. I come back in an hour and John has covered himself in flyers. I was kind of embarrassed for the guy, but a huge crowd had gathered around him and everyone was reading the flyers.
You know, John's a nice guy. My sense of it is he may be too nice. I mean, he's always open to his friends. You know, he's sort of an inviting sort of personality, and people come into this situation and then they dump on him. I just feel like the whole thing really stinks.
I am so glad you asked me about John. You know, my husband really thinks he's one of the greatest ones around here. He is so giving, always there for you. And it's not just me, it's not just my family, but he's there for everyone like that.
Personally touching thousands of festival goers each year since 1984, Johnny on the Spot has become a stabilizing force behind the Cornerstone tradition. So much so that he has almost become a tradition within himself. Up next, when talent and dreams collide with calling, friendships are driven to the brink of collapse.
Toby offered him a contract. I mean, we were ready to collaborate. That little scumbag said he couldn't do it. Can you believe that?
With a promising music career on the horizon, vocation and friendships are threatened.
One night I'm walking around just before my record came out. I'm feeling pretty stressed out, pretty bummed. I'm a couple songs short from my record. I'm walking, I hear this unbelievable groove, and I'm like, yeah. It was John, he's just freestyling, he's just feeling it. And I sat down, and before you know it, lyrics start pouring out of me. It's coming back to me. I'm feeling good, and I'm thinking to myself, well, approach this man about doing a single. So I approach him, and we record the first single, Ply. It was a rough single. And man, I'm just thinking, okay, get it to Toby as soon as possible. We send the single in, Toby's feeling it, he likes it, but he still wants to hear more. So we go back in, put our minds together, record 2 more songs. Liquid Blue and Rim Shot by far, I mean, surpassed all expectations. I'm blown away. I'm totally just like, this is it. This is it. You know what I mean? This is what I've been waiting for. I'm sending it to Toby. I'm putting the heat on Toby. Toby's like, yeah, let's do it. Contract's on the table, and you know what John says? He can't do it. He thinks that being a rock star would make him unapproachable, and if the public can't get to him, then what's the point? After all, I guess that's one of the things I like most about John. I mean, he's a real people person, really cares about people.
Johnny and I had a falling out a few years ago. I was going through some hard times, had some troubles deep down, and I went to see him. It was one of the few times he wasn't occupied with somebody else. Anyway, out of nowhere, I'm pour myself out to this guy, and he splashes me with water. I was so mad. I don't know, he said it was an accident. He apologized. But I didn't believe it. I haven't talked to him since.
While traveling, Johnny on the Spot realizes that life outside of Cornerstone isn't always a picnic.
My husband, he came home from this monster truck rally, and he said he met this guy named John. Well, he wanted to invite him, to our big annual barbecue because they had hit it off. And so I said I didn't think it was a good idea, but of course, I give in. So he came, and then, everything worked out pretty good. He fit in fine, but, I only had one complaint, and that was just that his cologne is a little strong.
Well, John and I go way back. We used to work for the same construction company, and when construction workers are your peers, there's a lot of work asked out of you, and he always held up his end. However, he has a very wandering spirit, and it wasn't long before he was moving on to other jobs. He was working for a circus for a while. He worked for an auction barn, and went to work for the Newsboys on the Festival Condios tour. One time I was driving down Highway 96, and I saw this produce stand, and I pulled over to get some good old cantaloupe and some oranges. I was haggling with the guy, and I looked over and I saw John, and it didn't save me any money on the cantaloupes, but said hi to him. It was really funny seeing him. But I always see him. We always reminisce. I see him at Cornerstone, and he's always there every year. I think people who are around him always appreciate him. Because he works like a machine. He's just terrific.
Up next, Johnny on the Spot or Johnny the sex symbol. With Johnny's openness and desire to please, more than a few hearts have been left confused and broken in the wake of his unwitting sex symbol status.
I guess I'm hurt, really. I mean, you think things are going so well with the girl. I mean, I've been dating Jen for a couple years at least. The other day, she came back by the campsite where we've been staying these last few days, and she said she'd just been with Johnny, and she's like, he's so hot, and I had no idea who she was talking about, where she had met this guy, but I really just got concerned. I couldn't handle it. I left. I've been mulling over it the last couple of days. I haven't really talked to her since then. I may give her a chance, but it's just hard to deal with right now.
Who is Johnny on the Spot? A sex symbol, a servant to thousands, a personal friend, someone fun to have at parties, and yes, a Cornerstone icon.